Hi, uh, welcome to the video. Today, I'm going to be talking about each of the 8 categories and their difficulty levels. Not necessarily like how hard it is to get world record in them, but just how difficult it is to just get into them in general. And I'm going to be dividing up each of the 8 categories into 3 different tiers. So I'm going to have the beginner tier, the intermediate tier, and the advanced tier. So let's get started. There are 3 different categories in the beginner tier, and the first one is no LTS. This is by far our most popular category. Lots of runners in this. This is like just, this is just the go-to category pretty much. If you wanted to learn the route, I would recommend watching either Sir Jazzberry's PB or Mike's PB here, neither of which do lava walk or tree hops. Both of those things are not very beginner friendly. So yeah, I would definitely look at these 2. Next up is the major skips. This is sort of the category people go to if they don't have a black label copy of the game, because this is version inclusive, this category. So no matter what version you run on, you're perfectly competitive with anyone else. So what I'd recommend here, if you want to learn the route, I would actually you can watch my run. Actually, so this is actually kind of different here. You can watch my run up until maybe yeah, I guess Mountain Pass. You can watch this run all the way up until Mountain Pass, and then switch over to Mike's or Jazz's no LTS PB, and then watch their Mountain Pass, and then come back to this video and watch the rest of it after Mountain Pass. Because I do tree hops in this run, and tree hops is not very beginner friendly, and I want people to know that there is an alternative. Yeah, do that. Next up is... Oh wait, hold on. Ooh, there's one more difference I forgot about. If you want to run this category, there's actually a new Hub 2. There's a new Rock Village route that Mike and Jazz both do. So it kind of starts here. Sorry, this is it feels like a little complicated, but there's a new Rock Village route that you just have to watch Mike's run for, basically. Yeah, that's it. There's just those couple of things there. Next up, after NMS, I'm gonna say 100% is the last of the beginner tier categories. I'd recommend starting with Mike's PB, because I do tree hops in this one, and like I said before, tree hops is not very beginner friendly. So yeah, start by watching Mike's run. This is just people really seem to like Hundo just because they like being a completionist, and yeah, just want to let you know that this is a very viable category to start with. But now let's go into the intermediate categories. These categories are not necessarily the easiest to get into, which is why they're intermediate, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend against starting with these categories. And the reason I say that, we're going to start with no FCS here. The reason I say that is because people have started with them before. People have started with this category in particular, like Ra and Luigi. Ra and Luigi both started with no FCS, and it's totally viable thing to do. Just know that you're gonna have a bit of a more difficult time doing so. And the reason why this is intermediate is because of lava tube skip. There's no other way around it. It's gonna take a lot of practice, especially if you're not very experienced with the game itself. But yeah, lava tube skip is gonna be a tough thing to do when you start out with. I'd recommend watching. I think all of these people do lava walk. I'd actually recommend watching Stellar's run here. I think this is the best run without Lava Walk in it. I'm fairly sure. So yeah, this 2536 here. So yeah. Next up is we're gonna talk about All Flies. All Flies is intermediate for the same reason that no FCS is. It has lava tube skip in it. So it's an intermediate category just to start out with here. You can watch my route. This stuff has all the new stuff in it. It's very updated. I don't think anything else has been found since this PB, so this is definitely a good one to start out with. And then All Orbs is another intermediate category for the same reason that All Flies and no FCS is. It has lava tube skip in it. And you can watch my run for this. It has all of the new stuff. I should submit my new run here. I forgot to. Yeah, this has all the new stuff. So yeah, you can just follow this route. And then the last of the intermediate categories is Orbless. Orbless does not have lava tube skip in it like the other three intermediate categories. However, it does have its own like unique challenge to it. There are definitely places in which movement can be tough. And so I could not classify this as a beginner level category. I wouldn't do that to you guys. I don't necessarily like this is a category where it'd be really tough to start out with, but you can do it, just like no FCS and All Flies and All Orbs. Like me personally, I did start out with what was any percent before, but is now no LTS. I started with no LTS first, and then like a couple months after, I went straight over to Orbless. And it's been my favorite category ever since. But it's hard. It's a hard category, and there are some changes to be made to the route here that I have yet to implement. And yeah, but this is a good run still to watch. I don't know if Piggle is actually we can check it. I don't think Piggle does 9 lurkers, and nah, yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, okay, he doesn't do 9 lurkers. So yeah, none of the runs have the new stuff yet, but hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. So yeah, Orbless is the last of the intermediate categories here. And then there's any percent. This is the only advanced category in my eyes, just because of one thing that makes it advanced, and that's Fire Canyon skip. So the two things that are pretty much required for this run are Fire Canyon skip and Lava Tube skip. And Lava Tube skip makes it intermediate, and then Fire Canyon skip makes it advanced. You don't need to do Lava Walk when you start out with this category. In fact, I recommend that you don't. If you did want to do this category for some reason, like this is the only category actually, like if you were starting out in this game, this is the only category I would not recommend to you, just straight up. Now obviously I'm just the person, you can do whatever the frick you want to do. But I'm just gonna tell you, you're gonna have a bad time, just straight up, you're gonna have a bad time. But yeah, that's the whole little tier list here. The beginner categories, once again, no LTS, no major skips, and 100%. And then intermediate are no FCS, All Flies, All Orbs, and Orbless. And then the advanced category is any percent. And those are the 8 categories put into difficulty tier lists. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you with the next world record, I suppose. Peace.